drop down and come up.
Okay.
Go down, now come up.
Here. And this is my foot. Am I pushing on this side right here? Or
You're pushing right from here.
what's up guys, welcome to the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today it will be two parts of the video. First part, it will be 4 tips of leg training that I wish I knew when I started fitness. The second part of the video, it will be a live leg workout with the godfather of bodybuilding, Charles Glass. This cost me a lot of time and a lot of research back when I tried to dial in the reason why my legs weren't growing. And just by following these 4 tips that I'm about to share with you right now in the next few minutes is extremely valuable. I hope you can benefit from them. As I said, stick around. This is a 2-part video, 4 leg training tips and also a live leg training video with the godfather of bodybuilding. Number 1, squats are not the be-all end-all exercise to add mass to your legs. You can easily alternate them with hack squat, leg press, or walking lunges. Now, I'm not trying to say do not do squats or avoid them completely. A lot of champions has amazing legs that they solely relied on squats. However, squats require a lot of hip and ankle mobility, and not every beginner has that dialed in. So what my recommendation, as always, to start with these exercises and then identify the imbalances, feel the pain, because man, legs are painful, and that's why you see a lot of gym goers fear them. To keep this tip a little bit more objective and reasonable, what I would recommend is doing a mobility drill before hitting your legs. And I've been following a great routine. I would like to share it with you. It's dynamical, it's great, and you can get it done in 10 minutes. So let's get started with that one, and then we're gonna move to tip number 2.
Alright, starting off with the single high knee. Usually do one straight ahead and another one to the side, just so I can get my hip flexors and also my adductors warmed up, and I'm ready for the next warm-up. Here I'm doing a walking lunge with an overreach to the top with my palm facing the sky. I try not to let the back knee touch the ground, just so I can still get that hip flexor stretch. This is a great one for your hip flexor, psoas muscle, and also your quads. The internal torso rotation with reach. This mobility drill is great for glutes and also your TFL. This helps me out a lot as I spend a countless amount of time sitting down working on my laptop. So this is a great recommendation for anyone who is working on laptop, which most of us are these days. The external torso rotation with reach. We're doing the same thing as we did before, except we are reaching to the opposite side. This will stretch your hamstrings, your inner adductors, and also your QL and your lower back. Next one, we're gonna grab a mat and we're gonna do a fire hydrant. However, I put a lot of stress on my lower leg, and particularly at the knee level on the side, just so I can get that glutes activation, and it's really crucial for me to get that. As I said, if you're sitting down for way too long, your glutes become inactive and they become weak. So this is a great way to activate them and get that fire in them. Usually people use bands, but for me, I like to do just a body weight and just keep that tension at the top.
Tip number 2, to separate quads from hamstring training. Allocating a single leg training session was by far the biggest mistake that I fell into in the beginning of my fitness journey. Following fitness magazine leg training programs got me nowhere. These guys who are designing these programs has years and years of experience ahead of me, probably even ahead of you as well if you're a beginner. I was so anxious to add size to my legs, and I was like, 1 session per week is not enough, let's add the second one. But I needed to make sure that I am training efficiently and recovering properly from my leg training. Splitting training quads from hamstrings did just that for me. About 3 months later, I have noticed the results, and definitely the plan was working. So I kept those 2 leg sessions in my program. One day for quads and calves, and the second one also for hamstrings and calves. And problem solved. Adding huge numbers to the bar is not as important as having an intense workout. Well, you can say like, well, intensity, that means that I'm progressively overloading and adding weights to my bar, so the workout will be intense. No, that's correct, but incremental weight changes, not a drastic. What I mean by that is you see people like 45 and then 45 and then 45, then they get to the point where like the knees are caving in and the form is like garbage. So, and that's what I'm trying to address here. Serving the ego, man, it's the worst thing you can do. Leave that out of the door and walk in with the sense of accomplishing a great workout. Moderate weight with correct form and some intensifying muscle building techniques will take your leg workout to a completely new height. I'm not suggesting not to lift heavy weights at all, but follow a program that is tailored towards hypertrophy and not powerlifting unless you wanted to do so. So here they are, 4 of my favorite intensifying building techniques that I personally use in leg training.
My first and favorite one, which is the pause rep. As you see here in the video, I am on the leg press. Usually we perform this at the 3rd or the 4th set. It demands a lot of focus and also it activates a lot of muscle fibers more than anything else as you come to a stop. So you see me here going down deep. I hold and then I go halfway and I hold again for a brief 3 seconds, and then I'm gonna have a peak contraction at the top. I don't lock my knees just so I can be safe. The second intensifying muscle building technique is a superset. As you see me here, I am doing a reverse squat on a squat machine. It's just great for activating that quad in a safe manner. Then what we're gonna be doing next is just rotating and facing forward, and we're gonna do a hex squat. And just by supersetting, I remember I have done 12 reps in each, and I was exhausted and I started getting a little bit lightheaded. So this is a great intensifying muscle building technique to actually throw in the mix in the middle of your workout. Third, we have the peak contraction. Peak contraction is a brief hold at the top of the rep where the muscle is mostly contracted, and as you see me, I'm flexing my shins just so I can get that good contraction, activate the most and the utmost muscle fibers on my quads. Adding an elastic band to the rack here in the leg press. This will allow me to have a greater load at the top and an easier one at the bottom. Just make sure there is a partner who's spotting you, just things goes the wrong way or you need an extra help. You still can do it yourself if you're mostly confident, but it's really challenging and it's a great one to add to your workout.
Tip number 4, follow a leg recovery protocol. Working out regularly and intensively is the key to get that chiseled body and peak physical fitness. However, if you want to be in the best possible shape and avoid injuries, with the right approaches, guys, you might be able to improve your recovery and also your overall fitness in no time. Here are 4 of my favorite recovery tools. Some of them are extremely painful, so let's go through them.
Self-myofascial release is a staple recovery tool in my bag that I rely on a weekly and daily basis to help me recover faster. And this could be done with a foam roller as you saw before or a Theragun as you see here. Second on the list, we have fire cupping. This is a treatment technique that places glass, bamboo, or plastic jars on the skin to enhance circulation, relieve pain, and extract toxins from the body. You might be familiar with fire cupping, or at the very least have heard of it if you watched the 2016 Rio Olympic Games. As the 28 gold medal winner, Michael Phelps glamorized cupping. As he was swimming, he had cupping marks on his body. So I would say that he put the cupping on a spotlight that year. The third recovery protocol I have here is cold therapy exposure. This could be done in 2 ways. First one is doing an ice bath with regular ice at home. You put it in a bathtub, you fill it up with water, and you get in it for 5 to 6 minutes. The second option is to go to a cryotherapy place and get this done. It's really convenient and I enjoy really doing this. Now I can go over the benefits, however for keeping the video short, I'm gonna refrain from doing so, but I will link some studies in the description below for you to go and spend some time reading them.
The fourth and last recovery protocol that I want to talk about here is something that we do on a daily basis, but is often overlooked when he talks about recovery protocols compared to supplements, nutrition, and also the tools that we use to recover, such as massages and cryotherapy and so on and so forth. Sleep is something that is really important to me, as I like to maintain a healthy circadian rhythm, and I don't try to overthrow that as often, and if I do, I try to work as hard as I can to sort of like balance that back to normal. And circadian rhythm is simply the sleep awake time. So going to sleep around 10 p.m. is really important for me, as I start waking up or rising up around 5:30 to 6 a.m., which is the time I feel most productive. And the other thing that I focus on, having right environment. I like the room to be a little bit colder than usual, extremely dark, no electronics, and I try to stay away from my phone, also laptop, as much as I can, an hour or an hour and a half from the time I'm going to sleep.
There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for spending some time here with me on the channel. Now, I promise you there will be a leg training session with the godfather of bodybuilding himself. However, for the sake of the length of the video and the viewership, I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with a long video that you're gonna find boring and you're just gonna skip through. This, as I said, this information is extremely useful, as I experienced that myself on a weekly basis, and I want you guys to try and implement some of it at least. Now, in the next couple days, I'll be uploading the next video that I promised you, which is the live workout. Now, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you find this video useful, press that like button, as it shows to more people, and turn on that notification, just so when the next video is uploaded, you'll be the first to watch it. Again, I'm really appreciative of the time that you spend with me here. Thank you so much. Till next time, peace out.